Alright, hello everyone, it's Adam here. These are RNG shock tubes from Twisted Throttle. You can probably get them on Amazon or RNG's website. RNG has a good website if you're in the UK, but in the US, our importer I think is Twisted Throttle, or distributor. So let's say you just bought really fancy brand new shocks for your GS, and in my case they're really expensive, or you just want to keep the OEM shocks free of dirt and grime and mud. What will happen is when you get covered in mud, then you reach full compression or you're moving around, the dirt's going to do nasty numbers to your shocks. So these are two different parts actually. There's the 9BK, which is the rear shock, and the 2BK, which is the front shock. It took me a while to figure that out. So when you go onto Revzilla or Twisted Throttle, pick the right one or pick one of each depending on what shock you're going to be doing. So the rear one is 8.5 by 10 inch, and the front one is 8 by 11.5 inches. So it just it wraps around. So we're going to do, this is going to be installing both shocks with the tubes, and then first off we're going to get some glass cleaner and a microfiber towel, and we're going to clean up the OEM, or sorry, the shocks that are dirty right now. Get those cleaned up so we're not holding any dirt in there. Alright, so what we're going to do is, well, let's pan over here first. So we've got our shock blankets here. These wrap around the shock, and then you Velcro this down. That's your first step. And then you'll notice in here we've got these sleeves in the inside. What you're going to do is you're going to have these going through these guys here will go through the holes, the top and bottom. And you're going to zip tie this down. So you're going to kind of use the Velcro and the zip tie together to hold this on. They say don't over tighten it, but so first thing you're doing really is you're kind of getting these included, kind of bent up zip ties straight out. I want to do both of mine this one side here. I kind of wish they didn't bend them up so crazy. Now we're going to do the top, the front one, because I want to make sure that it's the right size before we tighten these down fully. Okay, so there's the front shock. It's going to be a lot more challenging actually to get to this one because of just how little room is back there. And obviously keep in mind that the engine is still a little bit warm, so don't go crazy touching things. This might be hard to videotape actually. What I'm doing is I'm just feeding this around the back, bringing it around front and Velcroing it closed, and then trying to flip it around after I do the zip tying. So I will say this would have been a lot more fun if I had done this before installing the shocks. So if you're doing this, grab these first because this kind of sucks. I'm trying to do this really light. So the first pass of Velcro is just getting it started, and then I'll redo the Velcro once I've got it fully engaged here. Well, I got it started. I'm sure how this looks. So you can see here that all I did was really start the Velcro. Now I'm going to work from top to bottom and get it lined up, and then zip tie, and then turn that around so the RNG is facing forward. Okay, now that these are installed, I haven't turned it around yet. I've just got this straightened up and Velcroed down. We're just going to cut the zip ties. They said don't over tighten them, and I don't plan on it. So just because you don't want to impede the shock at all by getting this stuff, especially in the bottom, into those lower brackets. It's just tall enough to cover either the very bottom or the very top bracket. You can't really do both. So if I were to guess, I would assume that you'd want to do the bottom one covered first. So I'm going to keep fiddling with this. I'm almost done. It's looking much better though. Be right back. Okay. And we have it in there, so it's all the way up to the top now. And all the way to the bottom. Not getting in the way of any of the springs. Let's go ahead and finish at the rear. Alright, so final bit on the back here. We're just going to get this through all of the remaining shock pieces. And once that's done, we can wrap this up. I'm actually going to go on the other side here. I'm going to reach under here where the catalytic converter is and grab this from the bottom as well. Make sure it's pulling over all the shocks in the bottom, the shock spring bits. Yeah, there you go. That's tight. And it's pretty snug. I'm a little surprised actually how tight this thing is. Just trimming the bottom of the excess zip tie. Now turning it around. It's amazing how much of this motorcycle is held together by zip ties. Alright, and we're done. Looks good. You got the normal GS mudguard here, but it ends right there. That's where the OEM stock had a small little mudguard, but it wasn't perfect. It wasn't really a perfect fit. Now, we've got this guy in its place. So it comes all the way down to the bottom of the shock spring, and then all the way to the top right there. The rear one is far more important than the front one. So if the front one fails, no big deal. If the rear one fails, then I'll have to figure out a different solution. But for now, $31 a piece for these. And I'll link to how to buy them below. Great option even for your stock shocks, just to keep dirt and grime from getting inside of them. Will it hold up long term? I certainly hope so, but we'll see. Alright guys, well, as always, thank you for watching, ride safe, and take care.